Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of the best stocks you can buy, in this case for May 2024. During this video, I will showcase the technical reasons behind my choices, I will dive into the analysis of several fundamentals and financials, and then I will share the fair values of the stocks so you can discover the potential price appreciations. In addition, I will also show you how I buy stocks and the results from my personal portfolio. Before diving into the full analysis of the best stocks for this month, I want to thank XTB for supporting this video. XTB is a broker platform with 0% commissions for buying stocks and ETFs, with a minimum transaction value of only 10 euros, where you can invest being sure that your money is safe. XTB is my personal choice for creating investment portfolios for both stocks and ETFs, and in this video I will also show you how I buy stocks each month in their innovative platform. So, as you may know, the stock market has been in a correction phase, and therefore many good stocks that we have previously analyzed in other episodes are on sale. You have, for example, Johnson & Johnson, a stock I fully analyzed in December 2023 that continues to present itself as an efficient investing opportunity, since its fair value is still around $196 by using these evaluation metrics, giving you a potential return of about 35%. Then you also have Pfizer, analyzed on January 2024, which continues to oscillate around this strong support zone, and that has a fair value of around $45, giving you a potential profit of around 75%. And more recently analyzed, you have the Cisco Systems stock, which I presented to you in March 2024, which has a potential return of 37% due to its fair value of around $65. And if you watch all my other episodes, you'll find other stocks that continue to present themselves as a golden opportunity due to this market correction. As such, for today's episode, I will not bring you 3 stocks, but just one, which is ranked as the top 50 stock in the world. But before showing you which it is, I would like to briefly tell that if you want to know more about my portfolio of stocks and also ETFs, and to have access to the fair value analysis of dozens of stocks so you can discover where the big opportunities are, check out the stock and ETF investing subscription level of my Patreon. The link is in the description. So, the top stock for this month is the ADUP Systems, with the ticker ADBE. ADUP is a multinational leading player in the software industry, with a strong reputation for innovation and user-friendly design tools. In addition to its innovative software offerings, ADUP has been leveraging AI and machine learning technologies to enhance its products and services, which for me is a strong point for this company. On the TradingView daily chart, by looking at its price fluctuations since 1987, we can see that the price of this stock is highly stable and with a growing tendency. This yellow line you see is a 600 period smoothed moving average, which is an indicator I like to use to analyze if technically a stock is stable or not. As I am on TradingView, which is a platform I like to use to find investing opportunities, and that is free to use, you can use my link that is on the description to create your account. You can get the SMMA indicator by clicking on the Indicators tab and then search for it. After picking it, go to its settings, change the length to 600, and on the style section you can pick the color you like the most. And this indicator has 2 great functions. Firstly, as I told you, it is used to understand whether a stock is stable or not. This is observed if the price remains consistently above this line. In the case of ADUP, we can confirm that it is a stable stock, because when we analyze its past, the price tends to oscillate above this line, gaining support on it several times. But for example, if we look at Kellogg's stock chart, we can see that it is not so stable, as it crosses the SMMA line several times. And secondly, we can use this line to understand whether we are facing a good opportunity to buy a share of a stock or not. Because whenever the price of a stable stock is close to the SMMA line or below it, we may be facing a great opportunity to buy the share below its fair value price. And in the case of ADUP, you can see that at the moment its price is very close to the SMMA line, which can translate into a golden opportunity to buy some shares. Also, at the moment, the price of this stock is trading close to this additional strong support level, and its value is around 33% below its all-time high, which is a decent discount. Therefore, after this technical analysis, we have already concluded that this stock is highly stable and with a growing potential. But to confirm whether its current market value is below its fair value price, we have to carry out a fundamental analysis by analyzing some financial models. If you have been following me in this series, you know that I like to use a variety of sources, most of which I have to pay for. However, in my videos I show you all the predictions for free. Firstly, by using the discounted cash flow analysis, or DCF, which is a popular way banks use to calculate the company's fair value by discounting the future unlevered free cash flows back to the present value from the Finbox website, we can see that with the growth exit formula, ADUB has a potential price appreciation of 23%. With the EBITDA exit multiple, an appreciation of 16.7%, and then with the revenue exit formula, a potential growth of 12.9%. Then, by checking the forecasts from professional investors using the premium Simply Wall Street website, we can conclude that ADUB is 18.8% undervalued, which is very good to know. Also, by scrolling to the stock overview, we can see that its earnings are forecast to grow, and the investors don't detect any risks on this stock, which is another strong point for ADUB. But let's continue our analysis. Now, by using another valuation method from the MarketBeat website, we can see that here the fair value of this stock has a 32% upside, being a healthy company. To get to this price target of $620, this website also uses different calculation methods to give us the best forecast possible. Then, on the alpha spread analysis, the base case tells us that the ADUB price stock is 13% overvalued, being the best case an appreciation of 12% and the worst one a depreciation of 31%. And finally, using another premium website, Value Investing, its forecasts tell us this stock can have an appreciation of 35%. So, when putting all the fair values from these 7 different financial analyses together, the ADUB fair value is around $556.94. And since its current price at the moment I am recording this video is around $468, it gives us an average of 19% potential appreciation. Moreover, this is a stock that historically is always reaching new all-time highs. So if that happens again in the long term, you can see an increase of 50% on your investments in this stock, which is well above the market average. Thus, this will be the stock I will buy for my personal portfolio for this month. And so, let's go to my XStation 5 account. If you don't know, XStation 5 is the platform you will get after creating your account with XTB. I remember that with XTB you don't pay any commissions to buy stocks, and you can use my link that is in the description to create your account. If you'd like to see the step-by-step process to create an account with XTB and buy stocks with 0% commissions, go check this video on my channel. So let's go to the Market Watch to add ADUB Systems with the ticker ADBE and pay attention to this little detail. If you want to buy it for trading, you can choose the CFD option. But as I want to invest for the long term and own actual shares of this company, I will choose the option that says stock. Then I will drag it onto my chart to see the price fluctuations. Just like on TradingView, you can also use XStation 5 for technical analysis, as you will find several indicators and functions that you can use. Now, to buy shares, we can right-click on the chart and select the option that says New Order. And we just have to choose how many shares we want to buy. With XTB, you can buy whole or fractional shares, which is an excellent advantage if your budget is not very high. For example, if you want to invest only 10 euros, you can do so and buy approximately 0.023 shares of ADUB. In my case, for this month, I will buy half of a share. Now we just have to click on the green button that says buy, confirm the order, and it's done. This concludes the video on the top stocks for May. I hope you enjoyed it, that you learned something new, and if you have ideas for stocks for the next month, feel free to comment them down below. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. Thank you and bye bye.